Good news for everybody who hates science, which would probably be anybody watching this who happens to be a member of the Republican Party. The Trump EPA has finalized the rule that is going to limit the amount of public sector research that's allowed when the agency is making a decision. You know, if they're making a decision about how much of a certain toxin they're allowed to release in an atmosphere, how much are you allowed to dump into a river, you know, how much pollution is too much pollution, they're going to take less information from outside scientists, public sector scientists, and instead increase the amount that they rely on industry-funded scientists. Now, this has been something that the Trump administration has been pushing for many years now. And right as they're about to walk out the door, they decided, you know what, let's go ahead and just screw over the American public. Because that's what this is. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, none of us will ever benefit from a corporation putting more pollutants into the atmosphere. None of us are going to benefit if there's more toxins being dumped into our waterways. That's crazy if you think that somehow this is going to be a good thing for the public. The only individuals who benefit from this, and they only benefit from it for a short while, are the very, very, very higher ups at the corporations who are doing the dumping or the polluting or whatever it is that the EPA is deciding limits on. And now they're the ones who are going to get to present their own science that they funded. And we all know how that's going to turn out. Over the years, over at Ring of Fire, this has been something we discuss over there at length, God knows how many times for the 16 and a half years we've been doing that. But to put it in a nutshell, for people who aren't familiar with that work over there, we have scientists in this country that Mike Papantonio calls biostitutes, and that truly is the best term for them. They go out there and they will essentially put their name, their credibility on papers and research and other scientific studies that the industry itself puts together. Now, sometimes the doctor will go in there or the scientist will go in there and actually, do the work themselves, get rid of results they don't like, focus more on results that are questionable and say, no, these are correct. But other times there have been instances where you do have scientists who say, no, just go ahead and slap my name on it. I don't care what you did. You can put my name on it. They actually, by the way, have a listserv of scientists who are willing to do these things that the industries share. They go to their little list of academics and they pick one like, oh, okay, this guy's an expert on this chemical. This one's an expert on this. Let's call him up. We know his price. Exxon's been paying scientists for years to do this. They'll put their name on a scientific paper that's filled with lies and falsehoods to benefit the corporation. And now those are the ones that the EPA is going to rely on instead of the independent, nobody has a dog in the fight studies from public universities. Now, the good news about all this, folks, is that obviously Donald Trump is not going to be president in a few weeks from now. So Biden could easily overturn this before it ever really goes into effect. And hopefully he does. This will kill people. This decision here by the EPA is going to get people killed. It is going to cause more cancers. It is going to cause more breathing abnormalities and breathing problems. And again, deaths. That's what this decision is all about. It's about corporate profits being more important than your health. And it's about Trump giving one more giant middle finger to the American public before he leaves office.